In this video, we're going to talk about how you can qualify for the potential airdrop of the LayerZero project. We will discuss 3 different ways, going from super easy to a bit more complex. You can use the timestamps in the description of the video to jump straight into the one you like the most. However, I do recommend that you also check out the last one, because this project allows you to create and launch your own NFT collections on multiple chains, and this in just 5 minutes. Regardless of which method you prefer, it's always better to use as many apps and get as many transactions as possible in order to qualify for a potential airdrop. Now, what is LayerZero and why should you care? As you can see on the main page, LayerZero is a project with an insane list of partners, and rightfully so. As the crypto space continues to grow and mature, it becomes more and more obvious that interoperability will be key. So far, the solutions to get a coin from one chain to the next is either using a bridge or a centralized exchange. But guess what? In 2022, we saw plenty of bridge hacks, and of course, we saw some exchanges going down as well. In order to understand what makes LayerZero different, you have to dive into the white paper. But basically, LayerZero is the first system to trustlessly enable direct transactions across all chains. So LayerZero provides trustless omnichain messaging and can run on any chain. This includes Ethereum, Bitcoin, and any EVM compatible chain out there. As we can see, the white paper is only 10 pages long, so it shouldn't take you too long. It is a bit more technical, so if you're completely new to the space, then I don't think you'll enjoy it. But if you have a basic understanding and you know what a bridge is, you know what a decentralized exchange is, and so forth, then you will definitely have no issues going through this paper. Very important to know, as of right now, there is no official communication when it comes to an airdrop. Nor is there any mention of a token in the white paper that we just took a look at, or is there any explanation of what the business model would be for the LayerZero team. So in that sense, we don't know what the token would do and what it would be used for, if there would ever be a token. Regardless, I hope you understand that this project is huge. That's the reason why so many big names are interested in this project. I mean, just take a look at this list. We have Coinbase Ventures, we have Phantom, we have Animoca, we have Avalanche, we have Polygon, we have Uniswap, we have PayPal Ventures. This list is really insane. Long story short, this is a project that I definitely don't want to miss out on. Because all details are missing, the only thing we can do is look at past airdrops. From that, we can learn that it is important that you either use the testnet, if it's applicable, use applications on the network, bridge tokens from one network to the other, or participate in voting. Since LayerZero is already live, it doesn't make sense to play around with the testnet, and I also don't see a possibility to vote on any proposals, so we can rule that one out as well. That leaves us with using dApps on the network and bridging tokens from one network to the other. This brings us to option number 1, which is bridging the tokens. This is usually very easy, so let's scroll all the way down on the main page, and guess what? Over here we can find a link with 3 different bridges. Because Aptos is the new kid on the block that everyone is talking about, I suggest trying out the Aptos bridge by clicking here on Aptos. Once we arrive on the main page, the first thing we have to do is, of course, connect the wallets by clicking on Connect Wallets. As we can see, on one side, we will connect a MetaMask wallet of an EVM compatible chain, and on the other hand, we will connect a wallet that is compatible with the Aptos network. In my case, I'm going to use the MetaMask wallet, and I downloaded the Petra wallet. Once connected, we click on Go Transfer, and this brings you to a classical bridge-like page. As you can see on this page, you can transfer tokens from one network to the other, so just select the token that you want to transfer. For example, USDC that I have on the Arbitrum network, let's say 5, and then we will transfer it to the Aptos network by clicking Transfer. In case you want to do some more bridging, or you just don't want to spend any money on gas fees, you can use the USDC bridge. Once you arrive on this page, we click on USDC Bridge, and there you'll notice that this is all being done on the testnet. So we're using the Gurley testnet on Ethereum and the Fuji testnet on Avalanche. Of course, you'll also need some testnet tokens, and you can get those by clicking on the faucet here for Ethereum and the faucet for AVAX right over here. Right, time for option number 2, and that is using some dApps. The first app that we can use is Stargate Finance. As we can see, Stargate Finance is an omni-chain solution. You can transfer tokens from one chain to the other, you can pool your tokens, you can do farming, or you can stake the Stargate Finance token. As you can see over at Stargate, we can transfer tokens from one network to the other. It is very easy to use. Just connect your wallet, fill in the token that you want to transfer and the amount, and then click transfer. Because this is a DeFi protocol, we can of course also pool our tokens. As we can see, by adding liquidity to Stargate's omnichain protocol, each time somebody uses the transfer function, you will be getting some of the fees. Next, we have our classical farming, where you get your farming rewards. Over here, we can see all the APYs on the different tokens that you can lock up in the protocol. In return, you will be getting the STG token, and this token, of course, you can stake on the staking page. Next, we can stake the STG token on the staking page, and guess what? Once you are staking, you can actually use your voting power on one of the governance proposals, and maybe the LayerZero network will take a look at anyone who has been active, for example, on Stargate and have voted on one of these proposals. Personally, I think this three-step approach will give you exposure to all the different possibilities on a network. Right, this brings us to the last option, which is Holograph. As we can see, Holograph offers multi-chain tools for Web3 creativity. Basically, you can create, deploy, mint, and sell digital collectibles on any network. As usual, just click on Open App. Next, we connect our wallet. Once connected, you click on New Collection. On this page, we give our collection a name, a symbol, and then we click Save. As we can see, we don't have to sign any transactions because this is not being done on-chain yet. Once we have a collection, we are clicking New NFT to create our first NFT. First thing, of course, we need is an image for our NFT. You can just make something random in Paint, or you can use Midjourney, for example. Once you've uploaded the image, you fill in a name, for example, Investor Bren. You give the NFT itself a name, LayerZero drop, and a NFT description. Last but not least, you have to click here, I have legal rights to mint this NFT. Again, make sure that you do, because it will be put on chain. Once you selected this box, you can click on Save. So at this point, we haven't published anything on chain yet. If you want to put things live, you'll have to click this button. As we can see right now, our collection is not deployed. If you want to deploy it, we have to click here on the plus. So on this page, we can choose to deploy our contract on different networks or on just one. But since we want to use the LayerZero network, it is important that we're going to beam our NFT from one network to the other, because otherwise you're not using the LayerZero. So I personally suggest that you use Polygon and Avalanche because the gas fees will be very low. If you're using Ethereum, it will be a lot more expensive. As we can see, deploying it on Polygon will only cost you 0.12 Matic, so that is less than $1. In my case, you see that I have insufficient balance. That means that I have to put some Matic tokens into this wallet, and the same for AVAX, because I don't have any AVAX tokens in there either. So once you've deployed your contract, you can click on the mint button. So in this case, you will of course say, hey, you haven't deployed your contract yet. Do you want to deploy it? And then you can click on deploy. If you have deployed your contracts, you can of course click the mint button and your NFT will be minted on, for example, Polygon. So once we deployed our contract on the different networks and we minted our first NFT, it is time to transfer it from one network to the other. To do this, we click on Bridge, and that brings you to the following page. Right now I have one NFT on Polygon. We'll select this NFT by clicking Select NFTs. Once you've selected your NFT, you have to select the network to which you want to transfer. In this case, we can see that I didn't deploy the contract on Ethereum, but I did deploy it on Avalanche. So we click Avalanche. And next we click Beam. Now it is important to note that I had a few issues in the past. Sometimes I get an error, then I just retried the page, I reloaded it, and then after the second try it did work. So if you're getting an error message, just refresh the page and try again. So in this case, we're going to click Beam, and next we have to sign the transaction. Once the transaction is signed, we can see that the application will start quote-unquote beaming, and that it might take a few minutes. If you want to follow up on it, just click on View Status, but normally in a few minutes it will be done. Right, that's it for this video. If you enjoyed this content, please leave a comment, hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.